This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations. The in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Yo, happy Wednesday, the Jason Walker Show. Coming to you from beautiful Helena, Montana. Got a big show today here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We are going to talk some baseball with MSU Billings Yellow Jackets standout slugger Daniel Cipriano. He will join us coming up. Also, we're going to check in about 15 minutes with the head coach of the West Yellowstone girls basketball team, Nubia Allen, formerly Nubia Garcia of Montana State women's basketball. And she will join us as the West Yellowstone gals head off to divisionals tomorrow up at Frenchtown. That starts. And let's see, what else we got on this day in history? That's what she said. The walk-off. Whole lot more coming up. It's going to be fun. Fun. If you're watching on the Facebook or the YouTube, we appreciate you. And listening on TreasureStateRadio.com. Also, Podbean, Network One Sports, and JasonWalkerShow.com is where you need to go for everything. Okay? If you missed any of our interviews, you can go there anytime you want, and I highly suggest it, if you so choose. So, anyway, going to be a big show today. Looking forward to talking baseball. I mean, the weather has been nice. Like, we could seriously go golf, and maybe we will this weekend, because it's supposed to be in the 50s. So, looking forward to that. But we're going to talk baseball because baseball has started in the college level, and can't wait to talk to Daniel Cipriano about that. I want to know where his power came from in the last couple of years, because he didn't hit a whole lot of home runs in high school or college, the junior college, before he got to MSUB. And now maybe it's the altitude. Maybe I'm just that, or he's just growing into his body because he's a beast. But we'll talk to Daniel coming up a little bit later on. Can't wait to get tomorrow, by the way. Steve Keller will join us, the head coach of the Providence men, in anticipation of the big showdown against Carroll tomorrow night at the PE Center. So we'll talk to Coach Keller tomorrow. And that should be a fun one. Let's see here. What else we got going on? We got a lot going on. I'm trying to share the video stream on the YouTube or on the Facebook. So Dante Olson news as well, and he was at the he's at the NFL Combine, and which is very cool. But he's got about the same hand size as Joe Burrow from from LSU. So it's just they're about 9 inches from fingertip to fingertip, pinky to thumb, and but I mean, we all know how big of a dude that is, an awesome dude that Dante Olson is. He should be drafted. He definitely should. For the Grizz, I mean, he's just a stud. So saw this news yesterday, and before we get to all the positive stuff, this is just sad news. And friend of Helena, friend of Centerville, Montana, and friend of Carroll College, Jeff Shirley, diagnosed with leukemia, and he is out in Washington fighting it. He's going to beat it because that's what he's going to do. There is a GoFundMe page set up, and if you would like to donate, I definitely recommend it. And we wish the best for for Jeff Shirley. Won national championship with Carroll, and we wish him and his family the best. GoFundMe page. You can search it on the Facebook, but it's just like another terrible story comes out about leukemia or cancer. I mean, we know about Alex Barker and Brian Fauntleroy from Carroll football, and now Jeff Shirley. And of course, you know, our buddy Luke Denherter has battled it a few times. And so if you get a chance to help out in any way possible, do so. All right, let's shift gears. Jason Walker Show presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. You can visit helenaaccommodations.com. We don't talk national news a lot here on the Jason Walker Show, and just because you can literally hear it anywhere. But I'm going to do one national. Facebook and YouTube can hear this too. Okay, so Maria Sharapova retired today. I don't want to hear literally anything about the steroid use, the meladonium, whatever she was suspended for 15 months. What Maria Sharapova did for the game of tennis was huge. She brought new fans in, and not just because of, you know, her looks or any of that, but because she could play tennis. Billie Jean King tweeted out today, from the day that Maria Sharapova won her first Wimbledon title at 17, she's been a great champ. She won 5 majors, was a former world number 1, and she's one of the few women that have the tennis Grand Slam. She won all 4. She won the Australian Open, she won the US Open, she won French Open, and Wimbledon. And yeah, everybody talks about, you know, her grunting or whatever. But here's the thing. Everybody complains about Maria Sharapova. Nobody says a word about any of the dudes that grunt and make noises when they hit the ball. And nobody says a word about Serena or Venus or any of the other ladies that grunt or shriek when they hit the ball. Maria just did it first and brought the attention out because it's Maria Sharapova. Or actually, Maria Sharapova is the correct pronunciation. But Sharapova, and yeah, it's not a rivalry with Serena because she didn't beat Serena very much, hardly at all. But those two, if they were in a tournament together, you anticipated them meeting up. And yeah, Serena was going to win. And I'm not a Serena fan at all. Never have been. Maria Sharapova was my favorite for the longest time. But you think about what she's done off the court. Her fashion. She's got a candy line. So we wish the best to Maria Sharapova in retirement. And we're not going to, we're not going to not see her around. I'm sure she'll be around a lot of tennis matches, and maybe she'll get into the commentating. That would be awesome. But congratulations to a great tennis player in Maria Sharapova who retired today. So I just had to throw that out there. I love Maria Sharapova and Maria Karolinko. And now we have neither of the Marias playing on professional tennis anymore. So anyway, I know you guys are like, whatever. But there's tennis fans that listen to the Jason Walker Show. I'm telling you, there are. All right, let's get to the Frontier Conference rankings that are in the top 25 of the NAI. The new polls were released today. Let's start with the men. And we have a new number 1 for the first time all season as Georgetown, Kentucky, which has lost twice in the last couple weeks, slips from 1 to 2, and Mid-America Christian out of Oklahoma jumps to number 1, receiving all 9 first-place votes. LSU Shreveport jumped 3 to number 6. Dalton State, Georgia at 4. William Penn, Iowa at 5. LC State dropped 4 spots to number 7 after losing twice last week at Tech and then at home to Carroll. Providence moves back into the top 10. The Argos ranked number 10, and we'll talk to Steve Keller, the head coach of the Argos, tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. Moving up 2 spots to number 17, you got the Carroll men. And then checking in at number 30, MSU Northern, which is 8-8 in conference play. And there's a slight chance that for the first time in a long time, and maybe ever, the Frontier could get 4 teams to the national tournament in Kansas City next month. If Northern were to win out this weekend, now they've got Carroll on the road Friday, and then at Providence Saturday. So it's a big test for the Lights men. But if they were to win out and or win a game in the conference tournament or 2, I think the Lights could make it 4 teams at the national tournament. Now, a lot has to happen. You got all sorts of tournaments, conference tournaments between now and the final bracket coming out, or the bracket coming out in a couple of weeks. So there's the men's top 25. Here's the NAI women's top 25, where you have Oklahoma City, number 1, the lone unbeaten at 27-0. Campbellsville, Kentucky moved up a spot to number 2. Westmont out of California is at 3. The Masters, California dropped from 2 to 4, staying at 5. Wayland Baptist, Texas. The highest ranked Frontier team, the defending national champs, UM Western, up 2 to number 17. Dropping 2 spots to 18, the Carroll women. And then you've got LC State holding steady at number 21. And Rocky holding steady at 24. Providence is 26. They're the first team, the Argos women, out of the top 25. Those 5 teams all headed to the national tournament. And all deserving. It'll be a fun national tournament, the 40th down in Billings, and the final year at Billings this year in March. And both the men's and women's national championships, NAI, March 18th through the 24th. The women in Billings, the guys at Kansas City. And hopefully, we might have some news, possibly, about that. Keep it here. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Jason Walker Show, of course, presented by Helena Accommodations. And here's the deal. Helena Accommodations is 5-star ratings. 5-star ratings up and down, and they deserve it. And it's the 100th straight 5-star rating that they just wrapped up. Now, here's the thing. Because of the 5-star rating, they're generally almost always sold out. I mean, they're booking now for summer and fall of this year and winter. So they need to expand. Dorme Bene Sleep Well, the success that they've had with that slogan, and of course, the way they take care of clients. And so they need to expand. If you're a real estate owner and have terrific property such as single family, a duplex, or especially a fourplex, get a hold of Helen Accommodations, because you might be thinking now it's time to discuss joining as an affiliate extended stay provider. Give James Yount a call, 422-6702, and have a discussion about that. The Helen Accommodation business opportunity. Give James a call, 422-6702, Dorme Bene. Sleep well. When we return, West Yellowstone girls coach Nubia Allen. She used to play for the Bobcat women. We'll talk about that and something that the West Yellowstone women did for the first time in over 2 decades. We'll talk about it next here on The Jason Walker Show.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Wednesday. On this day in history, the walk-off, GNAC slugger, Daniel Cipriano will join us coming up in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm hotline. You know, it's not just a home or car. It's the 6 months that you spent and saved for your Ultra HD flat screen just in time for the upcoming baseball season. Or the overtime you worked for that third car so your team can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Mike Miller sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Mike understands what your things really mean to you, and he's here to help you give them the protection they deserve. Talk to State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena for your home and auto insurance today. Shan Furch, former Bobcat basketball player, new member of the MSU Bobcat Hall of Fame, will join us Friday. And tomorrow, we'll talk to Steve Keller, the head coach of the University of Providence men's basketball team. And looking forward to that. They got a big game tomorrow night against Carroll. Winner basically secures the 2 seed for the Frontier Conference tournament because nobody's beaten LC twice this week. Rocky and Western not beating LC, especially Rocky. Now, upsets can happen. Crazier things have happened, and we'll see. But I don't see it happening. All right, so we've got divisional tournaments going on. Started today across the state. Tomorrow, the Western C Divisional Girls starts up at Frenchtown, and it should be a great tournament as you've got Charlotte, you've got Hot Springs, and you've got, for the second year in a row at Divisionals, the West Yellowstone Girls. Now, West Yellowstone did something last week in districts that hadn't been done since 1999, and that is win the district championship. And to join us now here on the Jason Walker Show to chat about that and her playing career with the Bobcat women. It is the former Nubia Garcia, now known as Nubia Allen, and she joins us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, well, first off, congratulations on a big district championship, something that hadn't been done, Nubia, in West Yellowstone in like 2 decades. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome, and especially because we played Manhattan Christian. They already beat us twice. We are the home court for some reason, and to be able to do it, it was awesome. Thank you.
With that win, obviously, you know, they say the hardest thing to do is beat the same team 3 times, and you had lost to Christian twice. What was difference in the difference in the championship game?
You know, each better we got closer. You know, the first one we lost by 10. The next one we took into overtime, and this one we beat them. I think we just kind of kept making adjustments. You know, the girls, they knew their tendencies. They knew what they liked to do, and I think we adjusted, and the girls just showed up to play. It was awesome.
You've got some pretty good talent on your team, and let's start with Dana Ochoa, who had 17 in the championship. Emmy Collins with 16. And that's some balanced attacking. What's that, 33, half the points almost. You guys had a 61-55 win, but those two are pretty good, and they did it again in the championship.
They are. Dana Ochoa, she's our senior, and she's actually going to play next year for Miles City Community College. So she signed with them last November, and I think since then she's just been playing awesome. You know, Emmy Collins, she's just a sophomore for us, and yeah, she's been great. She started for us last year as a freshman too, so I'm excited to have her again 2 more years.
Yeah, definitely. Nubia Allen, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, the West Yellowstone girls coach, as they get set for the divisional tournament, which starts tomorrow up at Frenchtown. We'll talk about your opponent here in a second, but how cool is it? What's the excitement around West Yellowstone right now, given the district championship?
Oh, my goodness. We are being treated like celebrities. I think even more so than when I played at MSU. Everywhere I go, there's people congratulating us and the girls, you know, and everyone is pretty happy. This community has been awesome, so supportive, you know, and they've been great. People talking to the girls. Everyone is happy. Everyone is so supportive and so loving, for sure.
Did you have a guess when you started the season that a district championship was possible?
You know, I knew just because we had been 3 years together. I knew, like, the girls, we were used to each other. You know, they knew what I wanted. I knew what they could do. So it definitely crossed my mind. I'm not going to say I knew for sure, but it did cross my mind that this year we could accomplish that. I knew it was going to be hard. Manhattan's a really good team.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, they're good. They have high depth guards. You know, they're a well-coached team. But yeah, so it's a good game.
All right, let's talk about tomorrow's opponent. You open up divisionals at Frenchtown against Hot Springs, a team that kind of got blown out in its district championship game by Charlo. And this is a very dangerous team, though. And I think they're 13-3 or something like that overall. I mean, this is a pretty good Hot Springs basketball team that you're going to face.
Yeah, no, they're good. They have a similar record to ours. We only lost 2 games this season, 2 against Manhattan, both. And they're aggressive. You know, that district is always a little bit of more physical, aggressive game. They're a good team. They have good post players. They have pretty good guard. I think we're gonna match well, and it's gonna be a fun game.
That'll be the first game of the tournament, 9:30 in the morning. Are you guys prepared to play that early?
You know, yes, we're actually traveling today. Yeah, we're gonna travel there to Missoula. We're gonna have a shoot around, nice dinner, and be ready for tomorrow morning.
Definitely. Nubia Allen, our guest here, the former Nubia Garcia from Chihuahua, Mexico. I just had to get that in. I used to say that all the time, and it was so much fun to say in the starting lineup. What's your coaching style like? Is it like a Coach Binford at MSU, or who do you pattern your coaching style a little bit after?
Oh, definitely Coach Binford. I mean, it was for 4 years, and everything we do, a lot of the things we do, everything I teach is off of what I learned for 4 years. Our defense, you know, the numbers or how we call our defenses, it's based on that. So it's kind of fun when I coach. I coached with Asha, former MSU player, a couple years ago, and it was awesome just because we had the same basketball IQ.
Mm-hmm.
We had the same vocabulary. We have the same. It was awesome. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot of Coach Binford, and the girls, when we go watch the Cats, they pick on that too. When they can hear Coach Binford calling something or saying something, and it's like, wait a minute, I've heard that before. So
that is
it's
awesome.
Definitely 100% Coach Binford.
So
in fact, I still talk to her and ask for pointers or drills or things like that. So
that is awesome. Do you have like a foot stomp down like her, or the fiery passion towards officials on certain calls?
Both. Oh, definitely both.
That is awesome.
Now that you pointed out, I do not have a problem talking to officials and, discuss the calls and everything. I like to think that I'm polite and, but I do get my point across. So.
I'm sure you do. Nubia Allen, our guest here. I have a couple more questions here. The West Yellowstone girls coach, and what's it like living in West Yellowstone? Because you coached at Lone Peak after they opened up their school in Big Sky, and then you come from like I said, Chihuahua, Mexico to Montana State, now down to Big Sky, now West Yellowstone. You've been there a couple of years, but what's it like for you in West? Because it's a lot colder down there than it is usually in Bozeman.
Yeah, it is. And it's not that much colder. It's just a lot of snow. So we moved here like 7 years ago, and then we moved for the winter when I coached at Big Sky. I was there for 3 years, and I was able to get the district championship for them in the first time for school history as well. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool. And now in Big Sky, and here in West Yellowstone, there's just so much snow. And right now I was just thinking like there's a snowmobile is everywhere. That's how people sometimes get from one place to another. Growing up in a big city, desert, we don't even see snow. I think I saw in 18 years, I saw snow once. I move into town where it's just piles of snow. I'm looking at the backyard of my house right now. There's about 5 feet of snow.
Jeez.
It's just crazy, but I love it. It's a neat community. They're tight. Everyone knows everyone. I didn't grow up with that. My husband did. Mm-hmm. And it's awesome. And especially as a girls basketball team, grew up even when I was in Utah, there was not that much support for girls basketball. Mm-hmm. In a small town, there is a lot of people come to our games, and sometimes they show up for our game and then leave for the boys, which is, and it's just the support that these girls get. I just wish I would have played in an environment like this.
That is awesome because Class C basketball in Montana is my favorite by far. Because the town shuts down, especially tournament time. You're going to get a lot of people from West over in Frenchtown this weekend for the tournament.
Oh, for sure. There's people talking, and they're actually going behind the bus. And the support has been amazing. Even last year, we made it to divisionals as well. We had a huge section in red, and the community they do get behind these girls. They do believe in these girls, and the girls feed off of that.
Couple final questions for Nubia Allen here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. But how often do you get to Bobcat games? Did you go to Cat Grizz over the weekend?
I did. We were playing our district championship game that day too. Yep. Yeah. So we tried to go. I think we went to 2 games. I always take the girls. So we went to 2 games this year just because we travel and we are playing this all Saturdays and stuff. Mm-hmm. They do have a lot of like Thursday, Tuesday games, but it's when a school night, we just can't. But we try to get there as often as we can.
Do you stay in touch with a lot of your former teammates?
Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah, we do. They have that alumni Facebook page, and there was someone actually. We found an old picture of like one of, I think it was my junior year. So we all got in the chat and talk about it, how different we looked in our fashion decision back then.
Definitely, because that was about 12 years ago, and it was a little different.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to see in Frenchtown, Brandy Buckley, she also played. We actually were roommates. So she's going to come watch us play tomorrow. So I'm excited to see her.
That is super cool. And, you know, the family of Montana State women's basketball is just awesome. And you were a big part of that. And it's super cool to see your success now at West Yellowstone. Any thoughts of maybe going to a bigger school, or are you happy at West?
You know, I'm really happy at West as a coach. I've been curious to see, because in a Class C, a small town, you just kind of get what you got. you know, like, there is not much. You know, we are a short team. Like, we only have one girl that is over 5'9". Everybody else is 5'6", 5'7". So I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking, like, how cool would it be to go to a bigger school and see if I could do something, you know, and have height and have more bodies and being able to cut people and, you know, all of that. So, but I don't think it will be in the near future.
Probably not, no, because you're doing pretty good at West. So I'm 5'5", so I could fit right in with the team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, you'll just blend in with all the girls.
Hey, how hard is it for you? Because you're, 6'2", so how hard is it to coach these girls? Because you can't teach any of your great post moves or even some of your wing moves that you had.
You know, well, you'll be surprised because I was a guard. Growing up, I was a guard. When I played at MSU, that's when I became a post. So my ball handlers are a little bit better than a normal post, but
that's true.
I have learned. I mean, you go for 4 years in college, and they although they split guards and posts and all that, I've learned. I learned from Asha. You know, I learned from Coach Binford. I always go to clinics, you know, and so I like to think that I have learned.
Wow.
Post definitely, that's my expertise for sure.
Sure.
But but the guard, I think having just a bunch of more guard oriented team, that kind of has pushed me to get out of my comfort zone for sure.
Definitely. Well, Nubia, it's been fun to watch your progress as a coach, and you were so much fun to watch as a player. And it's great to catch up because I haven't talked to you in, I can't even know.
A long time.
It's been a long, long time. Keep up the good work. Win divisionals, because I'd love to talk to you before you go to state. How's that?
That will be great. I would love to talk to you before we go to state too.
I like that. Nubia Allen, the West Yellowstone girls coach, they have their opener in divisionals tomorrow against Hot Springs at Frenchtown. Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
She is an angel, Nubia Allen, and I had so much fun. We were talking. I PA'd her last 3 years at Brick Breen Fieldhouse, and she was so fun to get to know. And there was a great group of girls. So she played with Scotta Morton a couple of years, and Scotta, who I helped my dad coach in Gallatin Gateway between 5th through 8th grade, and even younger because Scotta was a gym rat, coached her and then watched her play as a Bobcat at Bozeman High and then MSU. And another former teammate of Scotta's, Katie Burrows, is going into the MSU Hall of Fame next year. She's an assistant now on the women's team. It's just awesome to see the success. And we talked about it last week with Robin Selvig, University of Montana. They're great basketball players, Lady Grizz, Bobcat women. But what they do after their playing days in college is even more awesome. And it's cool to see the success that they've had. You look at Megan Harrington of the Lady Grizz, just got done co-directing a film about the house that Rob built, about Robin Selvig, and she had great success as a director, and Nubia's having a good run down at West Yellowstone, and good luck to the divisional teams this weekend, all the divisionals this weekend that are taking place. All right, so there was some strange news that came out of let's see here, the Hardin boys got a win today. They were playing Glendive. They won 72-34, but in between the third and fourth quarter, a Hardin cheerleader fell and hit her head on the floor during the routine. She was lying on the floor, conscious and breathing for about 20 minutes. The paramedics took her off on a stretcher and got an update that she was concussed. but had great full movement per Harden AD Mike Erickson through Victor Flores of 406mtsports.com. So great news that she's doing better, but scary moment there at the divisional tournament, the Eastern A divisionals for Harden and also Glendive. So they'll play. Harden will play the winner of Livingston and Havre. So there you go. But if you want to go to find out all of these scores and updates, 406mtsports.com is the best source for everything there. All right, we're going to come back and talk some baseball, college baseball. Daniel Cipriano of Montana State University Billings will join us. MSUB, and looking forward to talking with him. Got some questions for him, and it's going to be fun. All right, so we've talked about this for a little bit, but Green Meadow Country Club is a great sponsor of the Jason Walker Show, and I'm telling you that you need to become a member at Green Meadow Country Club for a multitude of reasons. If you're out golfing, think about this. It's a Friday afternoon, the weather's nice, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to take the afternoon off. I'm going to go golf. Good luck getting on anywhere else. But if you go to Green Meadow Country Club as a member, I'm telling you, you won't have to wait. You don't have to have a reservation. The longest you're going to wait, probably 20 to 30 minutes. You know what you do then? Go hit the range, warm up. And that's just one of the benefits of golfing at Green Meadow Country Club. But it's not just the golf, the social activities. And we mentioned my wife and I played in a partners cribbage tournament last week. It was so much fun. And you get to know other people. You got the lounge, you got the dining room. The food, unbelievable. And that's just, these are just some of the basics that we're talking about. Go visit Green Meadow Country Club. Check it out. Tell them you saw it or heard it on the Jason Walker Show and become a member. Do it for you. Do it for your family. And I hope to see you out at Green Meadow Country Club this summer. All right, when we return, baseball. We also have On This Day in History. By the way, this last segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture. And Nubia Allen joined us on That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. And we appreciate Dinner's Done Right for dinner and salad for lunch. Unbelievable salad bar. But That's What She Said, presented by Dinner's Done Right. All right, Daniel Cipriano, Yellow Jacket baseball slugger, joins us next here on the Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings is what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918 or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
We got on this day in history still to come. Had a great That's What She Said with Newbie Allen, the West Yellowstone girls coach. And we also have the walk-off still to come. So don't forget about that. Looking forward to it. And tomorrow, big show as well. We're going to talk with Steve Keller, the Providence men's basketball coach. I got a big matchup against Carroll in Helena. All right, but it is springtime almost. And that means, well, this is my favorite time of year. I told you about this last week. And this is my favorite time of year, one of them, because we got all the district tournaments, divisional tournaments, state tournaments. But we heard the greatest words last week or a week before, pitchers and catchers report. That means baseball season. And to join us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline to talk baseball is the back-to-back winner of the GNAC Player of the Week, Daniel Cipriano of MSU Billings. How are you, Daniel?
I'm doing great, Jason. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time out. You guys are off to a nice start. I want to come back to how much of that start this year is because of the great success you guys had last year.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big contributing factor. It's nice to build off the success we had last year. Got a lot of good returning guys from last year, but we also have a lot of good new transfers and freshmen that are bolstering that returning success for sure.
Now, you didn't start your career in Billings. You came from California, and I got to ask you this before I ask you any other questions, Daniel. Where did your power come from? Because I think you hit 5 home runs in high school, and you didn't hit hardly any in JC college.
Yeah, no, it's a fair question for sure. Definitely I've had a lot more success up here.
Is it the altitude?
No, I don't think so. I think it just comes with some maturation and coming into figuring out a good swing and a good swing path for me. But it's worked out really well up here for me. So
yeah, it definitely has. What did you have? 18 home runs last year. You're coming off a 3 home run weekend, including a grand slam last weekend. So obviously, whatever you're doing is working pretty well.
Yeah, I'm feeling good for sure.
You also last year you guys had such a great run, and in conference play you went 30-10 with the Yellow Jackets to win the GNAC regular season title, and then you go on and win the conference championship as well, and go to the NCAA regionals. You guys didn't do well in non-conference, but you really kicked it into gear once conference play began. What flipped the switch last year?
I don't know if you can really, point to one thing in particular. We definitely, we started off 0-11 last year, but we really kicked it into gear once conference started. I think we really started coming together as a group, and after those first losses, and really just came together and figured it out after that. I don't know if you can really point to one thing in particular. Things just started clicking overall as a group a lot better.
You guys off to an 8-2 start this year, and we mentioned coming off a big weekend against Colorado School of Mines. And how nice is it to play at home at Perch Field? I mean, Billings is a great town anyway, but how nice is it to have that home crowd atmosphere?
Oh, it's great. Especially pretty surprising that we were able to get a game in up here in February. But it's always great when you can have a home crowd out and get that support behind you. In past years, we've had to play a lot of games on the road to start the year, so it was nice to get a home series in this early for sure.
Daniel Cipriano joining us, the back-to-back winner of the GNAC Player of the Week award. You won it twice last year and twice now this year. You're up to 4. You were also Newcomer of the Year last year. When you join a new team, obviously the guys welcomed you with open arms, but how much of the transition did you have to make a year ago?
I think it was. It's always tough when you're coming to the semester at a place. You don't have the fall to gel with the guys and get that chemistry. So you just kind of got to come in and do whatever you can, work hard to find your role right away. And this ended up being a really good fit for me last year. So it ended up not being as hard as I thought it was going to be, and it ended up working out really well.
How much work did you do in the off season to pick up basically where you left off a year ago?
A lot. Actually, I spent the whole offseason rehabbing. I had a shoulder injury that I picked up during summer ball. So I spent the whole offseason rehabbing, and I'm feeling good. So a lot of hard work to get back to where I am. 17
RBI and 385 batting average so far this year. You're not leading the team, though, man. You're 4th.
Yeah, no, but that's part of the special part of being a part of this lineup is that 1 through 9 can get it done. There's not any pressure to be the guy when you step in there. So that's that's one of the special parts of this team.
Tell me about the pitching staff, because obviously, you got to play great defense behind good pitching, but you got to be able to, put up runs too. But tell me about the pitching staff, because this is a Yellow Jacket staff that, like I said, 8-2 this year. So obviously they're getting the job done too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes the job a lot easier on the offense when the guys get up there and fill up the zone and things like that. So I think we did a pretty good job of that this last weekend, especially helping us get through to finish the weekend strong.
You open up conference play this week, and you head out a long road trip out to Monmouth, Oregon. What's it like when you take me through a travel trip in baseball? Because it's a little like Legion, I'm assuming, with college, but it's still, you guys are older now. So are we playing card games? What are we doing on the bus?
Well, fortunately, we're flying out this weekend, so no long bus trip for us there. But guys find their own little niche of what they do to fill the time. Some guys are doing homework. Some guys are playing cards, like you said. Some guys are just relaxing. You just got to find whatever you can to occupy your time and make the most of it and keep your rhythm and stuff like that.
Hey, one of your teammates I know pretty well, Connor Polson, played football at Carroll before he transferred out, but he's a 6'1" infielder majoring in business, but he's a pretty good dude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Connor's one guy that I really clicked with well when I came in here last year. Was really welcome to me when I came in. Great guy.
So why biology is your major?
I think I started. My dad's a doctor, so I always have had pretty big interest in science. So I think bio was pretty natural for me to just pick up as an interest early, and then it gives me a lot of options after I graduate with what I can do with that.
MSU Billings slugger Daniel Cipriano, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. A couple final questions for you, but Daniel, when you're playing first and a guy, opponent standing on first, are you a talker?
I am. I think it helps in the heat of competition. It helps keep things light. It's good to chat with the guys when they're out there for sure.
What's a typical conversation? And we remember we're live, so we got to keep it kind of family friendly here.
Oh no, of course, always. It really just depends. It depends on what the guys at bat was like, how well you know them, if you know anybody else on their team. You just kind of got to roll with it in the moment, and that determines what you talk about.
That's awesome. All right, so are we going to steal any bases this year?
That's the hope. Got to get one out there, at least.
How many have you had in your career?
Maybe one. I'm not sure. I try to. Not that I can't do it. It's just not my strong suit. So I don't want to put the team at risk by being reckless out there.
There you go. Hey, tell me quickly about your former hitting coach, who's now up with the Blue Jays, Ryan Wright.
Oh yeah, that guy's. I can't say enough positive things about that guy or Coach Sutton. Both of those guys were really instrumental in getting me up here and getting me successful. I can't say enough positive things about those guys, and what a great opportunity for them to make an impact at the next level. And I'm sure they're going to have success there and continue to rise the ranks.
Daniel, when you get done with college, obviously you want to be, a doctor type guy, but you're super smart, like we mentioned, but baseball career, do you want it to continue? And what's the chances of this continuing for you after college?
Oh, absolutely. I want to continue. Chances, I don't know. You just gotta, I try not to have that occupy too much headspace and just try to go out there and do my job. And hopefully the rest will take care of itself after that. But absolutely, that's the goal.
Can you switch hit?
I can't, sadly. I could when I was younger, but I can't now.
Because, switch hitting sluggers or first basemen are prime guys.
Absolutely. It's a valuable asset. I kind of wish I would have stuck with the left-handed hitting at a younger age.
There you go. Hey, I got to know this. What's your favorite baseball team?
I'm a California guy. I got to go with the Dodgers on that one.
Oh, I'm a Mets guy.
Okay. Hey, at least it wasn't the Yankees because the Red Sox are my other favorite team. So.
Well, when I got started in baseball, I picked the team from each league, and I picked the Mets and the Red Sox in 1984 because I'm older. So 86 was great. But then I decided, you know what, I don't like the DH. And so the National League is my style of play. Are you an AL or an NL guy?
I like that. I like seeing pitchers get up there, but I also like more offense too. I see value to both sides for sure.
Very politically correct answer. I like it. Hey, should the Astros keep their title?
Oh, asking the tough questions here.
Yeah, well, yeah. You're a Dodger guy.
I think there should probably be an asterisk next to it. So I don't think so. But I don't think they should give it to anybody else for that year. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And, because all the guys that use steroids, those teams won championships. And the Dodgers cheated in 1988. Jay Howell cheated in 1988. Pine tar on his glove.
Right. There's a lot of complaints. Hey, there probably should be next to it.
Hey, Daniel, I appreciate the time, my man, and continued success. It's been fun to follow your career with the Yellow Jackets. Hope you guys can go back to back this year. Good luck this weekend, and hopefully we can chat down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jason. Really appreciate it.
That is Daniel Cipriano joining us from MSU Billings. He is the Yellow Jackets slugger, back-to-back GNAC Player of the Week honors after hitting 3 home runs last week, including a grand slam. And that was awesome. And Daniel, great interview. That was you could tell this kid's going to go places, man. He's got his head on straight, and very, very cool dude. But if you get a chance to watch the Yellow Jackets this year in anywhere, especially obviously Billings, highly recommend it. This is a team that went to the regional national NCAA regionals last year and was so close. Very good baseball team. So appreciate Daniel joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. And speaking of baseball, we cover golf, we cover tennis, we cover basketball, football, we cover all the balls. And one thing that shouldn't is hair. You should need to be trimmed up. And Manscaped.com has the brand new Lawnmower 3.0. It's just released. And we are the first to confirm the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 is available to you. It's a third-generation Manscaped trimmer featuring a cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents. And they're a thing of the past. No more nicks, no more cuts. It's just good for you, and it'll take care of you. And in turn, you'll be able to be taken care of as well. Now, this is a premium. The skin-safe technology is improved, and it's advanced. And one of the cool features now, the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer, more precise trim, and a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. And the charging stand. You can show off the mower loud and proud. It's a rapid charging dock powered by USB. Now, if you're listening to me right now, you know that we've talked about Manscaped for a while now. And you're one of the first to hear about this life-changing product. I want you to experience it firsthand. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. That is 20% off, free shipping. Use the code WALKER20, WALKER20 at manscaped.com. And as always, your balls will thank you. I promise. All right, so much fun today. And we're not even done. We still have On This Day in History to do, which we're going to do right now. It is brought to you by the Motherlode Casino, Sports Bar, Restaurant, 44 TVs. I was in there yesterday, walking around. There's 44 televisions. You can watch literally anything you want at the Motherlode Sports Bar. On this date, 1935, New York Yankees released Babe Ruth. He signed with the Boston Braves. 1961, the third Daytona 500 took place. Marvin Ponch won in a 1960 Pontiac. The leader, Fireball Roberts' car, suffered a blown engine with 13 laps. 1967, at the 9th Daytona 500, Mario Andretti won his first and only NASCAR race, the only time a driver born outside the U.S. has ever won the Daytona 500. 1973, Triple Crown Horse Secretariat was bought for a record $5.7 million. And on this date, 1989, Dallas Cowboys fired Tom Landry after a 29-year career. It was Jerry Jones that fired him. A couple of big history deals. 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller went to number one. It stayed there for 37 weeks. 1802, Happy Birthday, Victor Hugo. French author, wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame, also Les Mis. He was born in France. In 1829, Happy Birthday, Levi Strauss, German-born American clothing designer. We have pants because of Levi Strauss. 1846, and by the way, those jeans were invented a lot for the gold miners. 1846, Happy Birthday, Buffalo Bill Cody, the Wild West showman, was born in Davenport, Iowa. He died in 1917. I believe 1917 is the year White Earp died, too. And Johnny Cash was born on this date in 1932. So there you go. A little bit of a history for you on a Wednesday in the Jason Walker Show. On this day in history, presented by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. Stop by. Great food. And like I said, 44 televisions. You can watch all the baseball, hockey. If you watch NBA right now, you can. So there you go. Let's do the walk-off as soon as I can find our music, which goes like this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right, so a lot of the all the districts are done. Divisional tournaments are happening as we speak. A lot started today. Most start tomorrow. And you can watch almost all of those games for a fee on the NFHS network. And pay for it. You can watch it. Or you can just go to 406mtsports.com and get all the scores and all the updates. All right, let's do some music. Great show today. Nubia Allen, so much fun. Congratulations to West Yellowstone girls basketball. Won the district championship last week for the first time since 1999 and beat a very good Manhattan Christian team in the process. They got divisionals opening up tomorrow. They take on Hot Springs at 9:30 at Frenchtown. Good luck to all the teams playing this weekend. And Daniel Cipriano, the MSU-B slugger. Yellow Jackets got a good one there. Appreciate him joining us earlier as well. Walk-Off is brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. Make sure you stop by 625 Euclid. Also in Bozeman and Billings, it is the best food, Cajun food, this side of Louisiana. Tomorrow, Steve Keller joins us, the Providence coach, ahead of the Argo Saints showdown at the PE Center in Helena, and a whole lot more. That's coming up. Jason Walker Show. Tomorrow, we will see you then. Have yourself a great night.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.